Trust within yourself is more important than trust in the world or anyone for that matter. Because of the emotion, there is a trust. So when the trust is skewed or tainted or slanted towards left or right from your perspective of the trust, you start feeling cheated by that person. Well, the reason why you do so is because of the emotions which you developed with that person. But you cannot trust someone without having the emotions. There has to be some sense of emotional attachment with that person. So, in that spectrum of life, there is this attachment towards an outcome, towards something that you think shall always keep itself as is, as it has been, in the same form in the future too. So if you have this mindset that things shall be just the way they are and will be the way it has been in the past, and if there is a slight change, you start feeling uncomfortable with it. So if things are only in the gamut of change decided by XYZ, except yourself, then XYZ will always be in position of authority and power. How you are behaving with them is going to decide everything. You overshare. You let them know about your weaknesses by oversharing something that you should not. Or becoming too friendly with them, trespassing your boundary and asking those presumptuous questions, and they got hurt, but they could not tell you because they could not let out their emotions. You are not able to be careful about these human traits, and that's called the finesse. And that finesse has to be crafted by the experiences. So it is not your fault. That's how we all learn. We learn from experiences. And that finesse comes with the experiences of life. Oversharing leads to trouble. These niceties have to be scrutinized. It cannot be overlooked. There is one boundary that you cannot cross. No matter whom you are with, you just cannot take things for granted. That's the truth. You cannot outshine everyone. It doesn't work like that. People do get hurt. But one doesn't have to feel that way. It has come about because there was this emotional attachment. So the reason why we falter is we overshoot. We always overshoot the prospect of what could be, only looking from the lens of what it has been, totally oblivious of what it could be if we overshared, if we said things which may not be appropriate being said to that person. And the person has felt bad. Now the person may not retaliate back, but may find ways to avoid you. He doesn't have to come and just punch you in your face. No. People have different ways to find their ways. And they are smart people. They don't have to verbally abuse you for that. Now his behavior is changing. He's not saying anything. She is not saying anything. But the behavior has changed. And it is very obvious. So if people are very overt and obvious in their behavior, it is a very good sign, in fact. You should appreciate them, why they are behaving the way they are behaving. It means that something has gone wrong. When heard, become a lesson. And when these lessons become wisdom of your life, you become grateful. From that zone of being cheated to being grateful is your job. You don't have to force yourself to reach to that zone. But most of the success that you see that has startled the world, in fact, has come from having been cheated, hurt, subjugated, oppressed, suppressed. If you look at the history, those who have met one, they have gone through all of that. So it's not about getting hurt and you will just lie low. You can't do that. Your job is to evolve yourself, is to allow yourself to accept the reality, and if it means apologizing, go out and apologize. Apologize shamelessly. There's something wrong in it. What could happen? So all that trust issues are about these overreaction to the emotions, overindulgence in the frivolous matters and affairs, which are all about amusement of your senses or inflation of your ego. Find yourself in the ever-growing, everlasting learning of yourself. And that comes from all these experiences. Never mind. Carry on.